If there was one thing that described the Muslims of the Golden Age, the early Muslims, is that they were critical thinkers. A proof of this is that there was a specific class of literature, which was called shukuk literature, that was all about critically analyzing texts from different civilizations in all areas of mathematics, geography, medicine, etc. But nowadays you have a complete shift in the perspective of the common Muslim. Muslims will now accept anything and everything that comes to them in the form of information without any questions asked. It's like, سمعنا وأطعنا when it comes to mainstream corporate media, which is completely antithetical to what the Quran says. The Quran very clearly says, O you who believe, when a fasiq comes to you, and I'll describe who a fasiq is. When a fasiq comes to you with news, verify it. So verification before acceptance of any sort of news is central to the Quranic message. That's what the Quran is saying. Now, who is a fasiq? A fasiq is a Muslim who transgresses, who sins a lot. And modern corporate media, mainstream media, is not even a fasiq. They're not even fasiq. They are kafir. They are disbelievers, open disbelievers. So how careful should we be with whatever comes to us through mainstream media channels? Critical world events, the ones that can have serious implications for the future of Muslim populations in the world, are accepted without any doubt, openly accepted. سمعنا وأطعنا. We hear and we obey. This is a Quranic stance for believers when it comes to Allah and His Messenger. I mean, if we showed so much obedience and so much sincerity and acceptance for the principles of Islam, we would be in a much better state. But you have people, Muslims, modern Muslims, very naive of them, to completely, openly accept whatever the media is saying, especially with regards to very important world events. Let's take the example of the current outbreak of COVID-19, the coronavirus. No questions asked, accepted this clear distinction of this is the official story, this is the conspiracy theory. You better stick to this. If you don't, you're a tinfoil hat person. I mean, think about it. If your opinion about a particular world event and the opinion of a presenter at BBC or CNN is the same, then what exactly has your Islam done for you? What good is it to be a Muslim if your perspective and your worldview is no different from a presenter at BBC, a mainstream media channel? What does it mean to be a Muslim is that our worldview, our perspective is essentially built on the Quran, the Hadith, and Islamic eschatology, which is ilmul akhir zaman, because we are living in the last age. So that is the essence of being Muslim. So this idea needs to be clearly understood, that we need to be excessively critical of what is coming from big media, especially regards to the world events. Do not fall for this clear-cut distinction of this is the official story, this is the conspiracy theory, you need to stick to this. Well, I would say to that it is the job of the critical mind, the critically thinking mind, the active mind, the Muslim's mind, to choose what is going to be the official story. And I'm going to construct the official story based on my study of the Quran and Islamic eschatology. I will not accept this distinction just because CNN or BBC says so. With that being said, let's critically analyze whatever comes to us of information the way the Quran has prescribed and become critical thinkers like the early Muslims.